All WWE superstars are highly trained professional athletes. Do not imitate or copy their performances or actions. Any copyrighted material featured in this non-monetized review has been selected as a small portion in relation to the original work. This copyrighted material has been selected for comment purposes and is allowed under fair use.
It's the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania 9, and we're back in the Manhattan Center in New York. Vince McMahon and Macho Man are on commentary duties, and Rob Bartlett is missing. Apparently, he is still stuck in Las Vegas after spending all of his money. He even calls in at one point during this show, begging Vince and Macho Man for help.
You sound desperate.
I am desperate, Vince.
Get over it, Bartlett. Get on with your life. We're sorry. Is there anything we can do?
Yeah, get me out of here. Send me a ticket.
Send you. We have a bad connection. Can you hear him now?
This show is dominated by the Raw debut of Jerry the King Lawler, who comes out not once, not twice, but 3 times after twice refusing to start his match because of the disrespect that's being shown from the fans.
They're saying Burger King, I believe.
If I hear one more of you idiots call say Burger King, I'm walking out of here.
Let's go over to the matches. First of all, we've got Bam Bam Bigalow versus Virgil. And check this guy out, who for some reason has decided to come to the wrestling dressed as a tree. Virgil does well to start working on the arm, but then we get our
show off the botch.
I was eating grapes from the Brunzell virgins, and I think that Fuji and Yokozuna, they're eating sour grapes. And right there, a big mistake on the part of Virgil.
Virgil tries for a crucifix pin, but Bam Bam Bigalow hits a Samoan drop. Bear hug by Bam Bam, but Virgil manages to escape and hit his missile drop kick. Bam Bam survives, hits a flying headbutt, and manages to get the win. An okay opener, pretty simple back and forth. I'm going to give this 1.5 Vinces. Something strange happens to the ref's face the second that Chee's name is mentioned. Perhaps he's just realised that this guy from deepest, darkest Africa is actually named after a traditional cabbage dish from Korea, which, fun fact, is 6,500 miles away. Anyways, whatever the reason, he's taking on Bob Backlund, which is great news for Bob Backlund guy, who is once again in the crowd. The tree, though, is clearly not rooting for Bob Backlund. Chee slams Backlund, but Backlund hits a side suplex, hip toss, and out of nowhere, Backlund uses some amateur wrestling skills to bridge and get the pin. Not much to this, but it is helped by the fact that the crowd do actually get into it, so I'm going to give it 1.25 Vinces. Next, we've got Damien Demento versus Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, and neither of these guys get any entrances. It's a really random match, but an important one, as this is actually Jumpin' Jim Brunzell's final WWF match. So let's take this opportunity to ask,
who the funk is that guy?
Jim started wrestling in 1972 and found success in both the NWA and AWA. He was twice the NWA Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, and he joined the WWF in 1985. He was partnered with B. Brian Blair, and together they formed the Killer Bees. They enjoyed quite a bit of success with action figures and even a match at WrestleMania 3 against Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. They would eventually separate in 1988, and Jim would then go on to be used sparingly till this, his final match in WWF. Jim would rejoin B. Brian Blair in the UWF, forming the new tag team, the Masked Confusion. In 2013, Jim would be awarded the Frank Gotch Award at the Lou Thez Wrestling Hall of Fame. But back to this, he's taken on Damien Demento. He does manage to hit his signature dropkick, but a neck breaker followed by a knee drop wins it for Demento. There's really nothing to this, so I have to give it 1 Vince. Next, we get the Beverly brothers taking on the Steiner brothers. We've got a powerbomb from Scott Steiner, a power slam from Blake Beverly, huge belly-to-belly suplex. Nice tag team work here by the Beverly brothers. You can see a nice choke whilst the referee's not watching as well. Frankensteiner wins it for the Steiner brothers. This had a few nice moments, but the chemistry just wasn't there, and to be honest, neither were the crowd. All that being said, I'm going to give it 2 Vinces. Our main event finally sees Jerry the King Lawler taking on Jimmy Powers. Jimmy Powers attacks Jerry from behind, hurling him into the ring post. Jerry blames Macho Man for the disrespect that he's being shown. Macho tries to joke, but clearly Vince just doesn't get it.
King Jerry Lawler, our broadcast colleague on WWF Superstars. Not the first time that you and the King have not seen things eye to eye.
Hey, I've proved I've showed a lot of patience and I'm not even a doctor.
Okay.
Power slam by Powers, back body drop by Powers. Lawler works the crowd here really well as they continue to chant.
He does not like to chant Burger King.
It's a lot nicer than it could be.
Jerry tells Macho Man to watch as he hits a pile driver and then grabs the tights to get the win. Macho tells him to bring it, and that's exactly what Lawler does. He goes over and tells Macho Man that he doesn't have the guts to face him. The show ends with us finding out that next week we'll have Money Inc. versus the Bushwhackers. Elsewhere, we get a promo from Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna, who say that no contract was signed, so Hulk Hogan winning the title at WrestleMania 9 is invalid. It is confirmed that Jack Tunney is investigating the matter. Macho Man twice tries to say the Raw catchphrase and twice manages to mess it up.
Uncooked.
Uncut.
And on something else, yeah. Uncensored. Uncooked and...
You got it.
That's right. What did I lead that?
Unreliable?
Unreliable I am.
What's crazy is that it's actually written on the t-shirt that he is wearing whilst he's messing up saying it. And that's it. This is a really poor show. A lack of star power, nothing special match-wise, and only the arrival of Jerry Lawler makes this show worth watching. Nothing disastrous, but still just a 4 out of 10 for me. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now.